it was Augie's Fried Chicken because the people's name was Augustine, and it was like a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I never really knew if it was a franchise or not because they called it Augie's Fried Chicken. But yeah, we all worked there at one time or another, except for maybe Danny. I don't know if he did or not, but that was chicken. I guess.
As a matter of fact, the only time that I ever was in a boxing match was with Cliff's father at Augie's. And he cold cocked me. I mean, I saw stars for days. But,
wow. But you guys, you say you rehearsed
oh, yeah.
there?
Yeah, we used to rehearse there some.
Back in the boxing arena.
Right.
Yeah, just big old empty old room back there. And we just left our stuff in there. Close the store and go rocking and rolling.
So you guys practiced all kinds of places then.
Oh yeah, and
Everywhere
all
we
the
could.
time.
Yeah.
At that time, there were several of the English invasion groups that were coming out. We played a lot of those kind of songs too, and all of that same kind of music is that's the only thing we played. You know, we never played a lick of country. Wouldn't consider it.
Well, you know, back then it was the English invasion thing, so we tried to, I guess, kind of mimic that. You know,
Right.
Back then you really didn't have your own style. At least we didn't think of it as a style. We just played what we heard. Oh, you know, the Beatles and the Dave Clark Five and the Beau Brummels and the Kinks and that whole English thing.
Well, I listened to everybody, but I was just blown away by the Beatles. I still am. Yeah. We were the album of the week club. You know, we'd go down and we kept up. You know, the Stones, even the Dave Clark Five.
Right.
You know, we just whatever was hot on the British wave. It's pretty interesting.
So you guys just be watching those shows and checking out what the
Oh,
other bands are
constantly.
doing.
I mean, it was all about music. That's what I know. The three of us, and I'm sure a whole lot of other teenagers at that time. I mean, that's what we lived for was the music. That was all there was, and women.
Right.
Well, the best thing was Saturday morning when the Beatle cartoons was on. We all wanted to make a little money. We all liked the Beatles. And we were, like I said, Phil lived just a couple of blocks away from where I live, so we were pretty good friends anyway. And it was just something to do. You know, it was really fun.
Tell me about the places you guys hung out in high school.
Webb's Dairy Bar.
Yeah, that was it. Webb's,
the Minuteman.
Sixth row by the woods, Twin City Drive-In.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
That's right.
When we weren't playing music anyway.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about Woodsies. What is a Woodsy?
Oh, you know what a woodsy is.
I know I do. That's why you're from England. That's right. These people don't.
Yeah, you've been to one.
Well, back before there was anything out there, we used to either go out at the end of Main Street or out close to Southeastern, you know, totally opposite ends of town, and just everybody go out in the woods, build a bonfire, and do nefarious things, play music and other stuff. In the summer, I mean, we practice all the time.
Right.
I mean, you know, we just because that's all we did. You know, we loved the music, and we just rehearsed. You know, learning new songs and. You know, back then, I mean, there was a new release every week, you know, and so you'd try to keep up.
A lot of times, or most of the time, we practiced over at Petray's house. They had a, I don't know if it was a den or whatever it was, that just kind of moved everything out of that we could get into and leave our equipment set up there. And Mr. and Mrs. Petray were always real supportive of that. Their whole family, pretty much, I think, played a little bit of music one time or another.
I was crazy about Paul Revere and the Raiders. Yeah, I watched everything they did on television and had all their records and stuff. Corbin and I used to do the little moves like the bass player and the guitar player would do, and Phil would be out running around acting crazy, singing. And we used to do those little dance steps, just we admired them so. They were real entertaining.
God, you know, I mean, we did like, you know,
Stones,
Yeah,
and Beatles,
we did No Reply.
Harvard,
We did
Raiders.
girl,
the thing with Outsiders, Time Won't Let Me.
Time
We
Won't
had a
Let Me.
little dance routine
Right.
with that.
This
did,
Boy,
you know,
and you'd play the solo on the bass guitar.
Yeah.
You know, did Gloria and
Oh, we did
Little
Gloria.
Loop De Loo
Oh, yeah.
and all of
Midnight Hour,
Midnight
Hold
Hour.
On, I'm
Any kind of
Coming,
three-chord
and Soul
three-chord
Man.
progression you could come up with,
That's
we
right,
did
we
it.
played.
We played the 3 chords to death.
And even Petre and I, you know, I spent the night out at his house about half the time, you know, because we were out there playing music and messing around, and we'd get out and get some music playing and practice our dance steps. Well, Phil could dance; he's an expert dancer. I mean, he's great at that too. But I have 2 left feet. I'm not a dancer. I'm glad that we had other people to dance with our girlfriends at the time, because I'm not a dancer. When I first moved back to Jacksonville in '63, I think it was, he was one of the neighborhood kids, and we kind of grew into being friends. He was a cheerleader of all things, which I thought was unusual at the time.
You know, I was a cheerleader in junior high, first male cheerleader in Jacksonville's history. You know, I don't know. I guess I was popular. I don't know.
Right.
It was high school.
Right.
You know, I was Mr. School Spirit. That's chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because guys on the football team would, you know, make fun of you, you know, cheerleader, and I say, you know, yeah, you're riding home with a bunch of stinky guys. I'm in the station wagon with the hottest chicks in school.
There you go.
You know, I was the rhythm guitar player. Mike was the lead guitar player. So anytime that he took a solo, you know, that's when I would get back in, you know, and all 3 of us would be doing these kicks and stuff. Is
Inspired mostly by.
the Spiders from Lawrence, Kansas. The Spiders that I mentioned before.
Oh man, you were so turned on by those guys. The very next rehearsal, he's got me and Corbin doing these kicks and stuff, and we're dancing around. I thought, oh no, this is great.
So before that, there was none of the synchronized moves and all that.
Oh no.
Oh no, none of the synchronized moves. Then after that, me and Mike started watching every performance we could of Paul Revere and the Raiders, and we'd get those little moves down pat. Boy, we just and he
So-
danced worse than I did.
So you guys were practicing that, you said before, at your house, right, Mike?
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah. Right. Phil, were you kind of leading the dance stuff there? Because you were already kind of a professional.
You know, I
player,
just copied what they did.
Right.
You know, when I saw the Spiders and they were doing all these little kicks and stuff, I thought, man, that is too cool. So well,
Yeah.
Mike was with me when we saw them,
Okay.
and so we just came back, and I remembered them because I think I was like off stage, you know, kind of like, okay, they're doing this and that. So I remembered, and we just started rehearsing that.
Awesome.
We went everywhere dressed to kill,
Right.
dressed alike. You know, we had different outfits that we would wear for different things, and like I said, Corbin and I did the dance steps, and we were just trying to be as polished as we knew how.
So you guys dress similar,
Oh yeah, alike,
just
matching
like.
clothes, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we dressed nice and matching clothes, and houndstooth slacks and double-breasted blazers, and
That was the thing. That was another thing with the kind of the uniforms that the band wore at one time. I mean, the Spiders were all dressed in these, you know, same suits. So we got these houndstooth pants and beetle boots and these dark blazers and Dickies, white Dickies. And so we would all be dressed alike, and we'd all do these little jumps and stuff. So, you know, I was on one side. Mike and Mike were on the other side, and Danny sat up in the middle most all the time. I think the picture that I have even has that same setup.